You could be doing everything right in the gym and still be wasting months of progress without even realizing it. Because a lot of the advice people swear by, the workouts, the rules, the hacks, is complete garbage that just won't die. Today I'm going to cut through all the noise and break down 7 of the most common fitness myths that are quietly holding you back, and exactly what you should be doing instead. I've been lifting weights consistently for over 13 years, and I've seen these same myths trap beginners, casual lifters, even advanced lifters. So let's jump straight in and start with the first myth, because the faster you ditch these, the faster you see results. Myth number 1, you have to work out every single day. This is one of those things that sounds hardcore and motivating, until you try it and wonder why your body suddenly hates you. Somewhere along the way, fitness culture decided that if you're not in the gym 7 days a week, you're basically failing. And sure, it feels productive. You're in there sweating every day. The staff probably knows your name and maybe even claimed your favorite squat rack like it's your personal parking spot. But here's the truth. Muscles don't grow while you're lifting. They grow while you're resting. Think of it like renovating a house. Every time you work out, you're knocking down some walls and rearranging the furniture. Recovery days are when the builders actually come in and rebuild the place stronger. If you never give them time to work, you're just living in a constant construction zone. And trust me, that gets messy fast. Overtraining isn't just unproductive, it's a fast track to burnout, nagging injuries, and the kind of chronic pain that has you staring at your pre-workout tub, wondering if it's socially acceptable just to eat it with a spoon. I've been lifting for over 13 years, and some of the best strength gains came during periods when I was training less but recovering better. So here's what actually works. Aim for 3 to 5 solid focused workouts per week. On your days off, you're not being lazy, you're being strategic. Go for a walk, stretch, work on mobility. Active recovery keeps your body moving without wrecking your progress. You'll not only feel better, but you'll come back to your next workout actually ready to push instead of limping through it because you had to be there. Bottom line, the gym isn't Hogwarts. You don't get extra points for perfect attendance. You don't get results from balancing the stress you put on your body with the time you give it to adapt. And once you stop worshiping the grind and start respecting recovery, your progress will finally speed up instead of stalling out. Myth number 2, cardio is the best way to lose fat. Cardio has this amazing PR team. Somewhere along the way, it became the default answer for anyone who wants to burn fat. You picture people sweating on the treadmill for hours, looking like they're training for a marathon they never even signed up for. And while cardio is great for your heart and overall health, relying on it as your main fat loss tool is like trying to bail out a sinking ship with a coffee cup. It works, just very, very slowly. Here's the thing, the number of calories you burn in a cardio session is tiny compared to what you can control through your diet and muscle mass. Strength training builds muscle, and muscle is basically your body's built-in calorie burning engine. It quietly works for you all day, even when you're binge watching Netflix. More muscle means a higher resting metabolism, and that's a fat loss superpower cardio alone can't match. Plus, endless cardio can backfire. Your body is insanely good at adapting. Do the same 45-minute jog every day, and over time, your body gets more efficient, which means you burn fewer calories doing the same exact thing. Not exactly the fat melting miracle you were promised. Now don't get me wrong, cardio has its place. I do it, you should do it. It's good for your heart, your endurance, your mental health. But if your main goal is to drop fat, think of cardio as a side dish, not the main course. Lift weights 2 to 4 times a week, keep your nutrition in check, and sprinkle in cardio for extra burn and overall fitness. That combo will give you results faster than living on the elliptical. And no, you don't have to turn into a bodybuilder to see these benefits. Even basic strength training, squats, push-ups, rows, will build enough muscle to make a big difference in how your body burns calories. So next time you see somebody grinding on their 3rd hour on the treadmill, remember, there's a better way. Myth number 3, lifting weights will make you bulky. If I had $1 for every time I heard someone say they don't want to get too bulky, I could probably afford a lifetime supply of protein powder. This myth is the reason so many people stick to the lightest dumbbells in the gym or avoid the weight room entirely, as if touching a barbell is going to turn them into Hulk overnight. Spoiler alert, it doesn't work like that. Here's the reality. Building noticeable muscle mass is hard. It takes years of consistent training, a calorie surplus, and a very intentional plan. Even people who are actually trying to get big struggle with it. So if your goal is to tone up or look lean, lifting weights is actually your best friend. What really happens when you lift is this. You get stronger, your muscles become more defined, your posture improves, and your metabolism gets a nice little upgrade. That's the opposite of bulky. In fact, most people who say they just want to tone are actually describing what happens when you lift weights and drop body fat. You reveal the muscle underneath, which gives your body shape and curves. And here's the kicker. Without strength training, weight loss often means losing both fat and muscle. You might drop pounds, but you might end up with that skinny but soft look, which probably isn't what you're going for. Lifting helps you keep the muscle while you're losing the fat, so you end up looking leaner, not bigger. So no, picking up heavier weights won't magically turn you into a bodybuilder. It will, however, make you feel more confident, make daily activities easier, and help your body burn more calories even at rest. If bulky is your fear, lifting is your solution, not your enemy. Myth number 4, you can spot reduce fat. This is one of the most stubborn myths in fitness, and honestly, I kind of get why people believe it. The idea that you can do crunches to burn belly fat, tricep dips to mill arm fat, or squats to erase thigh fat just feels logical. You're working the area, so the fat there should go away, right? Unfortunately, your body doesn't work like a vending machine. You can't just pick where it's going to give up the fat first. Here's how it actually works. When you lose body fat, your body pulls energy from fat cells all over your body, and where it chooses to be taken from is mostly determined by your genetics and hormones. What this means is if you store body fat in your stomach first, that's probably the last place it's going to leave. Sorry, I don't make the rules. Now that doesn't mean exercises for specific areas are useless. Training your abs, for example, will strengthen them and make them more defined, but you won't see that definition until your overall body fat drops enough. Same with glutes, arms, legs. You can make those muscles stronger and more toned, but the fat covering them comes off in its own order, not the ones you want. The fix? Focus on the big picture. Combine strength training, some cardio, and a calorie-controlled diet to reduce overall body fat. Over time, the stubborn areas will come around. And while you're waiting for that last layer of belly fat or love handles to disappear, you'll be building muscle underneath so that when the fat does go, you've got a strong, defined shape ready to show. So the next time you hear somebody say they're gonna burn belly fat just by doing 200 sit-ups, just know that they're really just building endurance for lying down and getting back up, which is impressive in its own way, but not exactly the six-pack shortcut they think it is. Myth number 5, if you're not sore, you didn't work out hard enough. We've all had that day after the gym moment where you can't walk down the stairs without making noises that concern your neighbors. And yeah, there's a certain satisfaction in that. It feels like proof you did something right. But here's the reality. Soreness is not the gold standard for a good workout. It's just a sign your muscles experience something unfamiliar. You could be making massive progress without feeling sore at all. When you start a new program, change of exercise, or increase the weight, your muscles react by getting a little inflamed as they adapt. That's the soreness you feel, but over time your body gets more efficient. That doesn't mean your workout stopped working. It means your body is adapting, which is basically what you want. The danger comes when people start chasing soreness like it's some kind of badge of honor. They jump from program to program doing crazy high volume workouts or throw in random exercises just to feel it the next day. All that usually leads to is overtraining, frustration, and wondering why you can't lift your arms to shampoo your hair. A much better way to measure progress is looking at your performance. Are you lifting more weight than you were last month? Doing more reps? Moving with better form? Feeling more stable? These are signs you're actually improving. Soreness can be a side effect, but it shouldn't be the goal. So if you leave the gym feeling good instead of wrecked, don't panic, that's a win. It means you've trained hard enough to stimulate progress, but smart enough to recover and come back stronger. Save the so sore I can't walk days for the occasional shock to the system, not your regular workout strategy. Myth number 6, supplements are the keys to success. If you've ever walked into a supplement store, you know the feeling. Shelves stacked floor to ceiling with tiny tubs, mysterious capsules, and labels screaming words like extreme, ultra, annihilate. It's easy to think you're just one scoop away from your dream body. But here's the thing. If supplements were truly the magic bullet, the people working in those stores would all look like Greek gods. Spoiler, they don't. The truth is, 90% of your results will come from training, nutrition, and recovery, not from a powder or a pill. Supplements are just that, a supplement. They're the sidekick, not the superhero. If your workouts are inconsistent, your diet is all over the place, and you're sleeping 5 hours a night, no supplement in the world is going to fix that. Now, are there some that can help? Absolutely. Protein powder is great for hitting your daily protein target if you struggle to get enough from food. Creatine is one of the most researched and proven supplements for strength and muscle gain. Omega-3s can help with joint health if your diet is lacking in fatty fish. But none of these replace the fundamentals. They just make them a little easier. The danger is when people start thinking supplements are the fundamentals. They'll drop hundreds of dollars on pre-workout, fat burners, fancy powders while eating junk food and skipping workouts. That's like buying a spoiler and racing stripes for a car that doesn't even have an engine. So here's my rule: master the basics first. Once you've got a consistent workout schedule, a balanced diet, and a solid recovery habits, then and only then add supplements to fill in the gaps. That's when they actually work, and that's when they're worth your money. Myth number 7, more sweat means a better workout. Somewhere along the way, sweat became the unofficial scoreboard for workout quality. The logic goes, if you're drenched, you crushed it. If you're dry, you wasted your time. But sweat is just your body's built-in cooling system. It doesn't measure calories burned, muscles built, or progress made. It just measures how much your body is trying to not overheat. That's it. Think about it. You could have a brutally effective heavy lifting session in an air-conditioned gym and barely break a sweat. Or you could sit in a sauna doing absolutely nothing and be dripping like you just ran a marathon. One is actually training, the other is just sitting in a hot box waiting for your phone to overheat. Sweat levels depend on all kinds of things: temperature, humidity, your hydration status, even your genetics. Some people are natural heavy sweaters, others barely glisten. Neither one means they're automatically working harder or getting better results. A far better way to judge workout quality is to look at what you've accomplished. Did you lift more weight than last time? Did you complete more reps? Did your form improve? These are measurable progress markers that actually matter. Sweat is, well, it's just moisture. So the next time you leave the gym without your shirt clinging to you like plastic wrap, don't stress it. That could actually mean you trained smarter, stayed efficient, and didn't waste half your energy overheating. Sweat is not the trophy, progress is. If you made it this far, congrats. You now officially know more about fitness than 90% of that one guy at your gym who gives unsolicited advice in between sets. If this video saved you from wasting time, give it a like so the algorithm knows I'm not just yelling into the void. And hit subscribe so we can keep busting fitness myths together, one bad piece of advice at a time. Your future self with way better gains will thank you.